Harris. Celebrate, yes, please applause. Celebrate's a tricky word to embrace when a life is cut short and family and friends are left too soon. It is not the natural order of things for a parent to lose their child. And my mother is undone by this. However deep my grief is, I can't possibly understand what she is experiencing, and I hope I never do. I would be remiss if I didn't mention something that most of us know. In the last years of my brother's life, he was in a great deal of pain, both physically and emotionally, until his heart, both physically and emotionally, just couldn't do it anymore. However, for the majority of his life, he was a force of creativity and immense talent and beauty and kindness and sweetness and loyalty and a ridiculously absurd sense of humor. So these things aren't mutually exclusive, are they? We can feel sad and even broken and still celebrate the magic that was and will always be Matt. So thank you again for coming. It's by being here together and sharing memories and some tears and some laughs that we can begin sewing each other up. So thank you, and Neil, would you like to lead us?
Spent so many years with Mr. Briscoe, and now I have to follow Sam. Matt was my best friend. We were family, brothers not by chance of birth, but by choice. We were not the same, but we were of a kind, and recognized in one another the reflection of a twin soul. But his passing, I feel, halved, but I know that all the things that he shared with me, his laughter, his music, his advice, his profound friendship, all of it will live on in me and with everyone that had the privilege of sharing in his all too short life. Matt and I first met in 5th grade in the Unified City Band, but it was in junior high where a happy accident of the alphabet seated us together. Halford Harris. Halford Harris. From 7th grade up through our senior year of high school, we hear our names recited together several times a day. We could have ended up next to anyone, but fate had worked out to seat us next to the one person who really got us. We were the youngest kids in our class. We shared a lot of the same interests, like the same cartoons and comics and weird TV shows. Most especially a little program called Star Trek that had been born in the same year as us. We liked the same girls, too. But when you're up against someone with such good looks, humor, and rock star charm, it can be impossible for an ordinary guy to compete. Still, the girls of our class, and there are some of you here, were very open-minded and decided to go out with him instead. Everyone loved Matt. Of the many things that we had in common, we connected most powerfully with each other's drive to create. He'd pass me song lyrics and I'd trade them for my short stories. He'd let me watch him recording, or in his recording sessions, and I'd send him drafts of things I was working on. There was a poem I wrote in 8th grade that Matt could still recite from memory up until the very end. He treated it like it was something from Tennyson or Yeats or Shakespeare. Likewise, I can still sing very poorly because I'm not Harris. Parts of songs from his early demo tapes that no longer exist anywhere. We were always the presidents of each other's fan clubs. Last year when my mother passed away, Matt refused to let me suffer through my grief alone. During the 2 weeks between her death and her memorial service, he had me over to his house every night, and we'd laugh and talk and reminisce until the sun came up. Those talks were particularly precious because we both knew he was running out of time, that soon I'd be right back here to share this with all of you. We spent most of those precious hours talking about Carolyn and Bill and Sam, and most especially about Blue, Halen, and Ari. Given his illnesses and his staggering pain, I'd have understood if he had been bitter or angry about lost opportunities. What he talked about instead was love. That's the only thing he wanted to leave all of you with. He believed deeply that we came from love and that love was what he would be returning to. His spiritual views required no complicated theology, no rules, no limitations, no guilt, just love. My friend is not gone. He is in here with me and with all of you. And if you need him, just stop and listen very carefully, and you'll hear the song that he's left inside your heart. We love you, Matt, and I'll see you on the flip side, brother.
We got this. Anyway, I'm Jimmy Hollingshead. Known Matt a long time. We played Pee Wee baseball together on the Patriots when we were 5. And we've been together ever since. I was supposed to write something and I couldn't. I have tomes of notes. I have weeks of memories flowing through me right now. So I Googled what I should do. It said, tell a story, tell what it meant to you. So I want to tell a story. Matt and I were 12, and Bill was away, I assume, I don't know. But this was the first time we were ever allowed down in the den, and we had vinyl on his turntable. So I know Carolyn probably just didn't tell him. Well, Renisa and Wendy were a couple of gals that we used to go out with, I guess. We went together. That's what we call it, Trade the leather bracelets you got at the fair. Well, Renisa was spending the night with Wendy across the golf course. And I was at Matt's. And so we made a plan. We were going to be by the pond and on the golf course. We had it all worked out. We were going to leave at dark, Well, I guess Carolyn, I know that I can keep a secret. I don't know how she found out. But somehow she's like, instead of going, meeting at night, why don't you just invite them over and we'll have a Coke party? And I went, man, that's cool. Well, we did. It was awesome, and there were little bottles of Coke and everything. Carolyn had it all together for us. Well, the party got kind of interrupted a little bit by Big Brother. Caught us underneath the stairs. All 4 of us. And he stood like a prison guard as he marched us out of the little hole to get out of the stairs. So proud of himself. That was the beginning of many. I could tell a million stories. I could tell stories. There's dozens of people in here that are part of those stories. And the next part, I guess, about what he meant to me, I can't find words. Blue called me 3 weeks ago and said, I know you guys were like brothers, and we both went, not quite brothers. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it was. He built a place in my heart that's going to live forever. And I did in his, I know. It's just not the same without him. I think there was another joke I was going to tell or something. But all I can say is that he was a good friend, he was a good man, he was a good brother, he was a good husband, he was a lot of good things. And not all the time. But his heart was huge. And he made everybody feel, I don't know, just like comfortable, like they belonged, like it was okay, you know. It's okay, you're hanging out with a rock star, you know. It's okay. And he was a rock star. And he was a friend. And a companion. And a confidant. And I love you, Carolyn.
I love you too.
Stan. I'm so sorry. Okay, that was supposed to help you guys get through it too, I guess. And I hope it did.
Hey guys, I wished I did not have to do this on the video. I really wanted to be there. I did. I hate this. I do. Just being honest. Man, I love Matt dearly. Gosh, what a great guy. What a great friend. We were roommates for a long time, and man, we got really close. He's family. He's family. His family is my family. You know, I love them. Matt was a special person. I've never been around anybody that could do what he did musically. It was just incredible. I love being able to sit and just watch him create. It blew my mind. It never got old. I never understood it. His genius. I never understood it. It was just amazing. It was beyond. He could write a song in 5 minutes. You could tell him what you wanted and he would create it. It would be amazing. It was incredible. Never been around anybody like that, ever. And I learned so much from being around him musically. It's helped me in what I do musically. Gosh, I'm still in shock. Gonna miss him dearly, loved him. Gosh, what a great guy, you know. I can't put into words anything that's gonna make this better for anybody. But we all love him, and everybody was blessed to have been around him. You know, if you had Matt in your life, man, like, he was funny. You know, he cracked me up. I loved being around him and just the crazy stuff that we would say and do, and just like I said, just being around and watching him create. And to the family, guys, I'm praying for you. I love all of you. Again, I don't have the right words, but just know how much I love Matt. I love you guys, and I will continually be in prayer for this family, for peace and strength and guidance through all of this. I love you guys.
I gotta stay on script or I'm not gonna make it. Something I do want to say, my name is Brian Henshaw. Before I start this, none of us that are speaking knew what the other was going to say, but you're going to find a common thread. Because that's just who he is. All right, pardon me. My name is Brian Henshaw, and I've been friends with Matt since around 1978 or so, and we met at Central Junior High in Sand Springs, Oklahoma. Matt had that special spark with people. He made people feel unique, they connected with him quickly. And everybody knows that signature grin, that little twinkle in his eye, that was Matt. Everyone loved Matt, but especially the ladies. As adults, one thing I loved about our friendship is when life sent us in different directions, and it did. When we got back together, we picked up right where we left off. It was just so natural. All of you today are a testament to his life, and wow, what a life. Matt Harris. We all know Matt was talented in so many ways, but musically, the guy could do it all. Matt struggled in the last several years with his heart. He described to me as his heart would beat in his chest, and it would stop. It would stop for 3, 4, 5 seconds. And then it would just pound in his chest. This was a cycle. It repeated daily. It was every day, and he was physically and emotionally exhausted from it. In the last couple of years, he withdrew more and more as his energy levels went down. Of course, Carolyn, Sam, Danny, Blue, and Halen were on the front lines with him. His entire family did everything they could to help and encourage him. As he withdrew more from social contact, he asked Rick Bishop, Jimmy Hollingshead, Blake and Leah Kelso, and I to respect his process. And frankly, we didn't think much of his process. But everyone tried to be supportive and yet, respect his wishes. A few days before he passed away, I went to his house, not knowing how he was feeling, how he would look, how he would act, because I hadn't seen him face to face in over a year. We only communicated through text and social media. I think he was very aware of what was happening to him. And even though his body was failing him, his spirit was strong. His heart, he was full of love and gratitude. He looked good. I want you all to know he looked good. He had the spark back. But I believe that he had come to terms with his reality and was at peace. I'm so thankful I got to share these years with him. He was a special person to all of us. Godspeed, brother. I love you.
Hello, my name is Michael Ajitsi. First, I would like to thank Carolyn, Sam, Lou, Halen for putting this celebration of life on and giving me the honor to stand up and say a little something about him. I met Matt in 1985 on Sam's I'd Do It All Again video. And in talking with Sam the last couple weeks, reminiscing and stuff, I thought it was Sam's first video. He corrected me, he said it was his fourth. And as soon as he did, I'm like, oh yeah, I do remember that back then. But back then our hair was up to here and down to here, and the oxygen in the air, sucking up all the oxygen in the air, that's why I probably didn't remember. I don't have that problem anymore. know if Matt realized how charismatic he was. There are people that we meet in our lives that influence us through their personality, their talent, their actions, and Matt was one of those people that influenced other people around him. And real quick, the fact that he had his friends from when he was a child, that's all that needs to be said. That is amazing. Matt's personality came through in his music. Whether writing songs or doing television cues, his excitement and energy of his music was infectious. He loved the music he loved, but he always was open to listening to new music he didn't know, which was a gift. His talent, as others have mentioned, it was incredible. He was one of those musicians that other musicians envied, hated, because he was that triple threat. He could write a great song, he sang like nobody else. He could play the guitar, drums, keyboards, and not just okay, excellent. And we all wanted that gift, and Matt had that gift. His actions were not about himself. Back on the first day of meeting him, not really knowing him, he went around on stage talking about how lucky he was to have such a talented and loving brother. And that struck me as, wow, that's pretty cool. Even up until the last time we were together in a pawn shop, three of us used to go pawn shopping and stuff, and there's this kid playing the guitar, checking it out, and he's struggling, and Matt just went right over to him and was like, hey bud, and he started showing him the chords, and the smile on this kid's face, it was one of those situations where it's like, you know you're in great company. And it left a very big impression. Matt, you will be forever missed and loved by your family, your friends, your musical family. Carolyn, thank you for you and your late husband, Bill, for raising such an outstanding person. Life is a journey, and Matt's new journey has just begun watching over us. Thank you.
It helps my heart so much. It makes it bearable to see you all and have you all here. Because when I'm with people that love Matt, then that helps me. I want to tell you that I am one of the world's luckiest women that has such close, stable, loving, caring friends in Sand Springs. And I've asked 5 of them, and there's many more. I've asked 5 of them to come up, and they are reading, each one is reading something that I requested them to read or to share. And I'll let them tell you their names, but welcome them, please. And thank you all so much for being who you are and for loving my son and for being here.
My name is Laurie Jocelyn. I'm afraid of the family. I'm sure there's many of you who have been friends longer than I have, but the relationship has grown so special over the last 20 years for the Harris family. And when Carolyn texted me and said, I've got something I'd like you to read in that service, do you think you can do it? I immediately texted and said, yes, ma'am, I can. And as soon as I hit send, I thought, I think I can. But I had committed, and so she sent me the letter that her son wrote her 20 years ago. And as I read it, I asked God to help me feel what Nat was feeling when he wrote this letter. And I've read it a few times, and every time I read it, I feel nothing but gratitude. So I hope today when I read it to you that you feel Matt's gratitude. This is a letter from Matt Harris to his mother, and it's dated April 7th, 2004. It's all about growth and change and the new chapter. I love you guys so much. All three of you I am closer to. And no matter what, you've always been there for me. I am the baby of the family. Ha ha. All of you guys just reinforce what unconditional love is and show me the way. Amen. I love you so much, and I am so glad how Sam and I are so tight again. We're really going through it all, and just to know that you have an example of love and work, of what love and work is, and to also know that we are all really there for one another. This is a very special family bond. I tell you what, nobody knows us better. As a parent, you guys have seen Sam and I be weird off the wall, talented kids. Well, so were you. I love that. And I feel so lucky to have you all there for me. Dad and Mom, you two always supported creativity, passion for your work, and love. I thank God for your support and your example of what life is about. We are all so lucky to have each other. The four of us are a group, I'll tell you. We are super sensitive, highly intelligent, bipolar geniuses. Did I spell that right? Genius word. But oh well, God hands out gifts. And growing up, being the baby, I know I am blessed to have unconditional love from you guys. Thank you for teaching me and being there for me. I love you. Mama, Mommy, send this to Dad and Sam. XO, 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 me, Mr. Fancy Pants.
I've been very lucky or fortunate to have met Carolyn when I moved back to Oklahoma a few years ago. And she's requested that I read this selection. It wasn't chosen to praise the parents, but to show Matt's compassion, love, enthusiasm for life, and to present his continued joy. This was written on July 13th, 2013. From Matthew Harris to Carolyn Harris. Subject line was share with Dad and Sam. I am basking in gratitude and thankfulness as I am writing this. I am so grateful to have such wonderful, unconditional, loving, and accepting parents and brother. All of us are students and teachers. What you have given me is without words. What you have given Sam is without words, but I must try. Most people in this society wouldn't have completely supported any real truth of what each individual soul calls their own. Between the both of you, you felt the truth within you so strongly that you had the right mind and heart to not get locked into religious belief systems or radical judgment of all around you. Before you were born into this experience, You made a conscious choice. You signed up for and knew exactly what you were bringing into this world, or bringing to this world, I'm sorry. We chose each other for this very reason. Through your open hearts and divine inner knowing, you have allowed us a certain freedom that is worth more than any money could ever buy. You have removed the thorns from our side to release us from our inner pain. You have consistently looked past the bullshit to allow us and yourselves to become more than another wasted life experience in a redundant cycle of rules, systems, and prejudice. You have allowed the present to be present, not clinging to the past. You know innately that now is all there is. The gift you give is so beautiful, you can't even fathom it in your wildest imagination. You are pure love, you give pure love, and you are loved more than you know. You have no idea how grateful I am for the gifts you all have brought me in this life. Most people that I have known or read about, etc., have not had the support of an open-minded and hearted family, or friends for that matter. Thank you for accepting, honoring, and loving us as we are. You don't fully understand us in your minds, but your heart does, and that is everything. You are amazing souls. I love you more than words can say. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have brought love, support, and peace unconditionally to us. What else can I say? There are no words. I love you. Me.
Hello, my name's Andrea Campfield. I knew Matt in high school. Carolyn, Sam, Blue, Palin family. I'm very sorry for your loss. And I'm very honored to be asked to read this. This is a song that Matt wrote. I don't have any context on time, but the words are very appropriate. Fly Away by Matt Harris. Come silent night, won't you carry me away from my life? I need to take the time to see who I am, what I can do to understand. Bring me some peace, let the sun go down and bring me my release. Just enable me to see myself clearly, without any fear. I'm standing here. And I'll find a way through time. I'll float through space. The love waiting there for me will always bring me back home. Come silent stars, shine your light on me. You're not that far. Not if I can see you from where I am. What can I do to understand? Oh, please give me the strength with the courage to know what I believe and relinquish all the doubts in my mind. Help me to find what's missing in life. Because I'll find far away. Through time, I'll float through space. The love waiting there for me will always bring me right back home. So keep tearing down the walls now. Go punch a hole into the other side. When you see that distant rainbow, oh, you can spread your wings and learn to fly. Fly so high, fly away. I know that our hearts are pretty dark today, but the world's a lot brighter having had him in it. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Vanessa Adams Harris, and I'll just let you figure that out. So Carolyn asked me to convey somehow of what happened that night. So I wrote about it. Here, there. On Saturday, November the 11th, I was here, home, on the phone with my friend who lives there in Fort Worth. I was multitasking, so my brain activity was divided. Thoughts were scattered. AirPods in my ear, talking on the phone, typing on the computer, sending updates for Facebook, correcting artwork for a newsletter. My phone was sitting on the table, face up. I'm laughing with my friend on the phone when my dear friend, Carolyn's face, with me on it, appears on the face of my phone. It's a picture of me and her sitting on the steps in her home during her last day here in Sand Springs before she left for there, California. I said to my friend there in Fort Worth, I have to go. I clicked answer and heard Carolyn's voice. Here, there. She simply said, I haven't been able to reach Matt. He has congestive heart failure and he hasn't been feeling well. Would you go over and check on him? See if his lights are on or something? I was already putting my shoes back on by the time she finished saying Matt's name. I said, yes, I'm going now. I will call you when I get there. But the sound of his mother's voice was in essence, put your oxygen mask on first and then assist your child. An order that is hard to imagine, but nothing was out of order. I told my husband here at home I was going to check on Matt because Carolyn called and she's worried. To comfort was what I instantly felt. Matt, Carolyn. I carried my Yorkie, Lily, with me. She's so tiny. And I thought Matt needs comfort. We arrived to his home, the house, the place, the rooms, the steps, the lights, the doors, the floor, the car, the furniture, the TV, the table, the cabinets, the sofa, the chairs, the bed. Calm and peacefulness greeted us. I made the call. I told her I would. All of the first responders were thoughtful, careful, kind, respectful, and considerate. Their tone was one of concern. Their movement in and around was dignified and respectful. Nothing can be said, but everything can be felt. The balm in Gilead and compassion enveloped us all, guiding through the love of a mother for her baby, her child, her son. That's why she called. Having the love of a son for his mother, his girl, the one he poured his pain out to, the one who was there when he arrived and who he needed to be all right as he was leaving. Matt was loved. Matt's mother said, my baby, oh God. I said, I'm not leaving, I'm here, knowing she was there. I said, call Sam now, call Sam. She said, I will, I am. Sam arrived to her there on the phone with me here. He said, thank you. We cried here and there together. I said, I'm not leaving, I'm here and will be here until Matt leaves. Sam said, "Thank you." I said, "I love you." He said, "I love you too." Love stretched from home to home. Care was taken with each and every second we realized a baby, a son, a brother, a friend, a lover, a husband, a father, a grandfather, a musician, an uncle, a brother-in-law, a soul was swirling between us. Matt. Nothing was out of order. Nothing can be said, but everything can be felt. Life that night was love, fear, peace, gratitude, completeness, a mother, a son, a brother, a dad, a friend. The musician, singer Lettucey sings, "Love never changes." From here to eternity.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for having the wisdom, Carolyn, that we've been wanting to hear that. I'm Janet Rutland Diker. My dear Carolyn asked me to read this poem by Capuchin Franciscan Friars. When I'm gone, release me, let me go. My work is done. My time has come. You mustn't tie yourself to me with tears. Be happy that we've had so many good years. I gave you my love, and you can only guess how much you gave to me in happiness. I thank you for the love you've shown. But now, it's time I travel on alone. So grieve a while for me, if grieve you must. Then let your grief be comforted by trust. It's only for a while that we must part. So bless the memories that lie within your heart. I won't be far away, for life goes on. If you need me, call, and I will come. Though you can't see me or touch me, I'm still near. And if you listen with your heart, you will hear my love all around you, soft, yet strong and clear. And then, when you must travel this way alone, I'll greet you with an embrace and say, welcome home.
Hi, I'm Cooper, Matt's nephew and Sam's son. So, call me Sexy Bacon, you know? And it was, I would call him Uncle Sausage. He was always there for me, and he'd listen to me complain about that. And he taught me a lot about life and girls and how to be a good person. And I will always love him.
soul, baptized by my tears. I ain't letting go. Now that you are here, I feel your love in me. It fills me up, and I surrender. I am grateful for all the good and bad. I am so much more. Now I understand that I am your love, and it fills me up, and I surrender. And I'm so high, my head spinning. I'm lost inside this new beginning. Somehow I got lost along the way. So I get down on my knees, yeah, I break down to pray. I am thankful for all the good and bad. What I had before, I no longer have. I feel your love in me, and it fills me up, and I surrender. I'm so high, my heart is swimming. But I knew somehow beginning, something turned the truth into a lie. So I get down on my knees, yeah, I break down and cry. I have known the truth. Yeah, I've hungered for all. I no longer need to be knocking on heaven's door, 'cause I am your love, and it fills me up, and I surrender.
I love you. Please thank Cody Bailey for putting that beautiful video together. It's on the video again for the 10th time. The picture of him in the Kiss makeup, that's Halloween, and he was grounded, so he wasn't allowed to go out for Halloween. But Mom did his makeup, and everyone came to him. And I also wanted to think about this when we were setting this up today, all of his guitars and being surrounded by the things he touched and made music on. And it made me think that when we were going through his things in his wallet, you know, his credit cards and his different things, and there was one picture in there. Was it of our family? No, it was not. Was it of my mother? No. Was it of Halen or Ari? No. It was Eddie Van Halen. When I was 5 years old, I really wanted a pony. What did I think? I was at Vanderbilt or something. We were living on a teacher's salary with a very tiny little backyard that could fairly accommodated dog. So, but I wanted this pony, and so when my mom became pregnant, my parents set me down and they gave me a choice. Did I want a pony or a little baby brother or sister? It was a big gamble. Thankfully, I chose to have a little brother. I don't know what you would have done if I had chosen, like what, name Matt Secretariat and About a week after Matt passed, I went through our text, and I went through 4 years of text. It took hours. There was so much love there, and humor, and unwanted advice from both of us, and sending each other silly videos, and Matt always sending me music, and sometimes silly music, and a lot of praise. And near these last, I guess, few months, it became more about memories and more about his gratitude, which was so beautifully written by him in different years. But there was a theme that kept coming up that was our thing. You and me against the world. That's what we always said to each other. And it was funny because he texted me, and it was in one of the things that were read, and he said, us two oddball talented kids who never felt quite of this earth. And that was a bond that I can't even begin to communicate. From the beginning. So a couple of days later, I looked at that song and I was like, "Oi," something that I thought was so corny and, overly sentimental, all of a sudden really, really summed us up. So this is for you, my brother. You and me against the world. Sometimes it feels like you and me against the world. When all the others turn their backs and walk away, you can count on me to stay. Remember when the circus came to town and you were frightened by the clown? Wasn't it nice to be around someone that you knew? Someone who was big and strong and looking out for you and me against the world. Sometimes it feels like you and me against the world. And for all the times we cried, I always felt, I always knew that God was on our side. And when one of us is gone, and one is left alone to carry on, well then remembering will have to do. Our memories alone will see us through. And I'll think about the days of me and you and me against the world. You and me against the world. You and me.
Thank you all for being here. Words cannot express how much I love my father. Everything about him will always be larger than life to me. His humor, his talent, and his radiant golden heart. Ever since I can remember, my dad has been my best friend. We've always been extremely close and have understood each other deeply.
There are countless memories I have of us laughing until we cried, and countless conversations shared about music and spirituality. So much of who I am today is because of him. He not only taught me how vital humor and creativity are to this human experience, he also raised me to be a good human being, to connect deeply with myself and others, and to prioritize what's truly valuable. From and through him, I have learned to have true integrity of the heart and to value the spirit of love above all else in this world. The richness of life isn't found in material gain, but in the lives we touch and in the love we give and receive. My father was an incredible daddy to me and such an amazing papa to my son, Ari. I love you, Ari. He was deeply devoted and caring beyond measure, and I know without a doubt that he still is and forever will be. Thank you, Daddy, for everything. My heart is always with you, and I'm forever honored to be your daughter. You couldn't pick a better dad. I love you endlessly. 17, which is always our family code for I love you. Before we leave here today, I'd like to let my dad speak to us through his music, his favorite language. This is his song called Seeds.
Overnight, but if I plant a thought, would it be so robust by your mind? If the seeds planted, they can't grow if it has no Well, I am a seed, I will grow as I need to or die. Well, I've been accused, I've been abused, teared out my soul before God and news. And I've been put down, but I stayed around, blinded by but it just keeps on growing and growing. Yeah, it just keeps on growing. If I plant a seed in my garden, would it bear fruit tonight? If I plant a moment that loves you, could you cherish it right? And once the seed's planted,
My mother asked me to let you know that there are refreshments here in the kitchen. There's no rush to go anywhere. Thank you all so much for coming. What a blessed day.